Congratulations, Apex. Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Just a second, changing the color in here. So how are you guys doing? Is everything all right? How are we feeling today? I will just make a small change in here. Perfect. Okay, nice. Deepak, Roaring Lion, nice. Roaring Lion, did you take your Apex account? I think you won, right? Last time. Good morning, TLY 2000, Brian. Nice, welcome, guys. Welcome on the stream. So, how is the? Let me check the music. If the volume is good. Yeah. Perfect. Hit the like button, guys. Let's push the stream out. Now the funding ticks accounts are sitting at 51k, so 1.5k to go to pass the evals, and I already did some markups before we went live. So pretty much on gold we had a manipulation candle during Asia. We pushed up to the upside, and gold already made a pullback, but no entry confirmation yet. So we will have to be a bit more patient and see if we can get a setup in here. And what I will do is I will also put up some alerts on the indicator. So first of all, let me check what we have as alerts. Okay, everything important. Perfect. So create this. Then I want also on the 5 minutes. Then also on the 15 minutes. Perfect. Then let's go over to the NASDAQ. Also prepared some markups on the NASDAQ. Only thing missing is, let me see where that is. Okay, somehow the volume profile from today is gone, so let me put that on again. Okay, that's already from today, sorry. Okay, perfect. Yeah, pretty much what I would be waiting for is either a really strong pullback into here, or if you can get something around these areas, so previous days value very high, point of control, these imbalances below the London lows, etc. That could be really interesting on the NASDAQ. I will put up some alerts on the NASDAQ as well. 3 minute, then the 5, and let me also do it on the 15. Perfect. Okay, so we are set to go. So let's check the 30 minute and almost manipulation candle from the value area high of this week. still respecting this bearish one from yesterday. So this may result in a deeper pullback, which would be great to take a long from these areas on gold. Yeah, that's pretty much my analysis for today, for the New York session. Let's bump up the likes, guys. Smash the like button and let's get that stream up in here. And what does your PNL look like for today? I'm gonna start a poll. Are you green? Are you break even? Or red? Start the poll. Let's vote on there. Hello Said, good afternoon. Leon, what is that indicator you are using showing volume? That's the fixed volume profile. Look right here, the fifth button on the left, where you have usually the long short position. You go down here, it says volume based, and then you have the fixed range volume profile. So what that basically means is it will measure the volume based on the range you want it to measure. Pretty basic, yeah. And then what I do is I can show you my settings as well, because the settings of TradingView are not really that great. So here the row size I use 1000, value area 70, so 70% of the transacted volume. And these are my colors. Yeah, pretty much that's it. A 50k account was the best for me. Okay, you chose the 50k. Okay, nice, perfect. Maybe if we get to, like, if we break a record today at 100 viewers, we can make the giveaway, because yesterday we got fooled and we didn't let us fool, you know, and that's why we didn't do the giveaway, because some of you guys tried to make some fake accounts in here for the likes. So we'll do 100 views, 5 Apex accounts giveaway at 100 views. Okay, that's what we are going to do for today. And hi, hello Cappy, hello Alex. What indicator is that? This is the manipulation model indicator. It plots on the fair value gaps, the kill zones, the key levels, and then the most important thing, the manipulation candle and the almost manipulation candles. And then you pretty much have alerts right here, and then you will see long short signals based on the indicator. So for example, if I turn on every session, so the Asia and London sessions, so let's see if on the 5 minute, for example, here a bear trap resulted in a loss, long got the take profit. On the 10 minute, I think here is something, yeah, very nice long on the 10 minute. Here another one that hit the stop, here another long. So yeah, yesterday for example, this is really crazy. 1 2 3 longs take profit. So when it's green you just buy, when it's red you short. So you don't really have to understand the bear traps, bull traps, but of course if you understand it, it's better. And yeah, that's pretty much it, what the indicator does, you know. It also measures the trend, everything in the background, so we don't take unnecessary losses. And yeah, and this here is the volume profile. Say Gronemeyer, Hamza, do you also give online training? What we do is we have a 0 to funded course where we teach our manipulation model. It's also linked in the description, and right now it's only $199. So if you want that, you can take that, but we don't do one-on-ones because that's not really worth our time. But you can take the course, join the community, and get our support there. Can you speak louder, please? Okay, I can take the mic a little bit more into my mouth in here, but I can't really speak louder because I'm still a bit sick. Not that much, but yeah. Nadim, where are you from, bro? Originally Turkish, living in Austria. How many years you are in trading? How many time it takes to get profit, to get stable profit? Okay, that's a good question. Started like about 6 years ago, and profitability I would say like 3 years approximately. But that's because we figured out the model, the strategy that we are trading on our own. So we didn't have a mentor or whatever. So it was a bit more difficult, I would say. But yeah, you guys have it easy now because we teach you guys how to trade and show you that also live. So you guys have an advantage over us. Universe says game, the real FX bully. Hello, welcome, brother. Our one of our first subscribers and community members. Says okay, thank you. Yeah, you are welcome. Okay, the sound is better now. Perfect. Hamza, what's the outlook on gold today? Yeah, we'll wait for pullbacks and wait for anti-confirmations to buy that thing back up. That's the plan for today. And yeah, pretty straightforward, I would say. And for the guys and girls that weren't on stream yesterday, our buy from yesterday went really nice. As you can remember, we got a loss on there, and then I think Kadir even mentioned that this will most likely become the low of the day. And look what happened. At the current price, you are up 4.9 R. We closed before the day ended, and that's really crazy. We had even a scaling on the 1 minute. Let me show you that. Right here on the 1 minute. Entered, I think, around here, and the stop was right below the 1 minute candle, and that one paid really well. That one paid really well. 1 to 16 at the highest point of the day, not even counting this consolidation in here. That's why the accounts are deep in profits now after 2 losses. So the losses don't hurt us. What can hurt us is if you don't hold your winners just because you had 1 or 2 losses before. Okay, the trade you are in or that you will go in is always the trade you have to focus on, because that's what makes profitable traders, guys. Because you will be wrong. That's like predefined, basically, that you will be wrong sometimes. Okay, but the important thing is that you always focus on your winners to become bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, and this way you will have an advantage over traders that always go for the same risk to reward, always go for the same stuff. They don't evolve. Okay, so they don't learn from the market. So first of all, let me give you a real example. And really old members that are following us for 1-2 years now at this point will know, before the Trump market we always had huge runners, like 1 to 10s, 1 to 15s, like these were common on runners. So we take partials and then we let the rest run, etc. But in this market you cannot really let your runners run that far. So to make up for that, what we do now is we let more of the actual position run. Okay, and then, for example, let's give an example. Okay, let's say this is almost a manipulation candle, but let me give a better example. I think on a 15-minute, or no, 10-minute, I think that was. Yeah, look here, for example, you have this bear trap on the 15 during Asia. Okay, so let's say you entered this buy. Okay, you entered this buy. So yes, you can aim for a fixed 1 to 2, whatever, but after you see, look, this is where experience comes into play. Okay, so you see the range, you see the build up, you see the manipulation to the upside and then also to the downside. So you know, okay, if my idea is correct, and here the great thing is you have a 1-hour manipulation candle in your favor as well. Okay, right here, this candle, this red candle, this is a manipulation candle. Okay, this is the holy grail in my opinion, if there is a holy grail. And then what you do is, pretty much after price breaks structure and continues with momentum, what you can do, you can trail your stop loss in profit. Okay, so every time a candle closes above the previous candle, you can trail your stop. So let's see, you trailed your stop, no trail, no trail, no trail, no trail. Here you trail again because we close above this and this, so the trail stop is here. We do this one, you trail, and then where can you trail again? Here we close above these here and this, you trail above below this one, and then you break the high, come back, you take out. So you were aiming for a 1 to 2, but at least, like, worst case scenario, you got a 1 to 3. If you were smart, you trailed this move to the upside as well, because this is a huge move, like 60 pips of a wick. Okay, but at least with this simple trail stop, you can make another 1 hour extra. Okay, and another 1 hour extra means basically like a free loser, you know, like a free loser. And I think that's just how you should manage your positions. And this is actually like for this current market, it's really important that you do that, because otherwise you will have a very bad time if you're just holding on to trades and wish for a nice outcome. By the way, hit the like button, guys. We are 40 viewers, but only 22 likes. We have to get that to 30 at least at this point in a second. Hamza, giveaway will be given today. If we hit 100 views, we will give away 5 Apex. Sorry, not views, viewers. Yes. So thank you, Kadir. Thank you. 100 viewers and we give away 5 Apex accounts. So make sure you share the stream, give a like, subscribe to the channel, be active in the chat, and that way the algorithm will push us and we will do the Apex giveaway. And by the way, Apex extended their 80% sale. That's really nice as well. So if you want to take advantage of that, make sure you use code BROS for the best discount always. And that way we can always give away more and grow the stream as we go. Bro, what's your view on gold? I explained that already. I think you joined late. We're just waiting for we already got a pullback. We're waiting for an entry confirmation right now. Hamza brother, can you tell me how many risks you take for challenge stage and funded account? Are you asking for CFDs or for futures? Because I trade futures now, so I don't trade CFDs anymore. But I can tell you that for that as well. The real FX pool is still today. I don't understand how the volume indicator works. You should do explanation. Yes, guys. I mean, I plotted this on the chart because a lot of you wanted us to show you that as well. With time, we will do also content around that so you can understand it better. But most of the time, it's in another confluence, basically. We use it in many ways. Selling or buying? Yeah, I want to buy. I want to buy gold. Why? Look at the daily. The daily is about to become a manipulation candle. We swept the previous day's low, and we are pushing up right now. So the daily will most likely become a manipulation candle. And what happens after daily manipulation candles? We see another push to the upside. So that's why I want to be in that move. For CFDs, yeah, it really depends on how much the challenge fee means to you. So if you, for example, let's do it like this, okay? Let's say you can afford a challenge 5 times, then I would risk 2%. But if you cannot afford it like more than 2 times, I would risk 1%. Okay? Pretty straightforward. Yeah. But on futures, what I do is, for example, on 50k accounts, because I don't really care about the challenge fee, I risk $500 because it has a consistency rule. So I cannot make more than 1,000 on the day. Okay, so it doesn't make sense to risk more. Okay, and on the funded, I will most likely risk like 300, 400. If I see a really good setup, then I would risk 1k on the funded. And that's just because I don't really care about the challenge fee. Why futures prop is better for you than CFD props? Look, really easy example. This scale in that Kadir did yesterday on the NASDAQ, which resulted in like mega profits, okay?
It doubled the profits.
Yeah, it doubled the profits of the entire position. Look, you would have gotten slipped somewhere there, okay? You cannot really trust the stop loss, okay? So you cannot really trust your stop loss either. So you will have to drag it down a little bit more, okay? And look, your stop becomes 23 points. But on futures, your stop is 9 points, 10 points. So you more than double the amount you're risking on CFDs. It doesn't make sense, guys. Really. I recorded a complete video on this. It will come out, I think, on Monday or something. I mean, it really doesn't make sense anymore to trade CFDs. It's just too much manipulation, spread manipulation, slippage. It just it doesn't make sense. Guys, trading is already really difficult. Okay? Trading is hard. Making money in the markets is not easy. And And then on top of that, you are trying to fight all that manipulation as well. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't really make sense, guys. And that's why it just was a no-brainer, basically, to switch to futures completely. We were trading futures before as well, but not 100%. But right now, I don't really care about CFDs, whatever. Maybe if I just want to swing, yes. But for scalping, for intraday trading, futures is a blessing. Like, no, you basically have no spread. You get executed exactly where you want it to get executed, and you can trust your stop loss. So right now we are pushing to the upside. We didn't really get an entry confirmation on this move. The new 1 hour, let's have a look. Doesn't have a bottom wick as of now. Yeah, let's see how the 1 hour closed, the previous 1 hour. Yeah, it's a doji. It would be really great if we come down before taking the high, because then we could form a manipulation candle. That would be ideal. And with that in mind, we could look to take a long position on the lower time frames. That makes logical sense. Yes, Ayhan, this is really my honest opinion about it. Daily 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 50 minutes, it's all bullish today. It's just bullish. Yeah, it's bullish, bro. Bro, do you use SMT? No, I don't use SMT. SMT, guys, all this stuff, it's just basic correlation things. Cappy minions, looks like futures is better from your explanation. It is better. And that's why we are trading futures and we are using them ourselves. And that's why we are saying funding ticks and Apex account, best discount, code bros. Very, very simple. Can we trade Forex on futures prop firms? Yes, you can trade Forex. Look right here, for example. Euro dollar is Euro FX futures 6E. Or if you want to trade pound dollar, you have 6B. Etc. Okay, so and you can also trade Swiss futures, JPY futures, yen, like yen futures, everything, but centralized price feed. Okay, so you have no manipulation and you can really trust the volume, everything. Okay, no one can manipulate anything. The only thing why I look into the spot market on gold is just because the spot market is still bigger than the futures market on gold specifically. Okay, that's why I would have a look for the candle closures, but that's it. Other than that, I don't really care. I will be on the futures charts. Thank you for your explanation. Yes, you are welcome. Let's see how many likes. 32 likes. We can really up this at least to 40 likes, guys. Everyone who didn't like, hit a like button. So PNL for today is 47% are green, 33 break even, 20% are red. Nice. Hopefully you will get the red ones into break even, or maybe green. No financial advice at this point. My thought was we only are able to trade stocks and indices. No. You can trade everything, bro. You can even trade like soybeans, coffee, sugar, corn, like everything. You can, yeah, you can trade everything. forex, like euro, pound, everything. You can even trade Bitcoin. Yeah, only thing missing is the slippage and spread, and that's all bad, you know. Coca-Cola and Tesla, you can trade it on the stock market. Yeah. I got the glasses on now, so we have the focus in here. So let me draw the long position that we are looking at. So around here, so if you sweep the low, come back, retest these areas, then we can look to get in and target the previous day high, because the great thing is the previous day high is still outstanding. Okay, so that's why we still have a lot of potential to go up. How does the volume range indicator work, bro? It just measures the volume and plots you on the point where the most amount of volume got transacted, and then the value area is just 70% of the entire volume that got executed within that range you chose. Okay, that's it. I got ads when you answer my questions. Let's see, what was the question, bro? Yeah, you can trade everything. You can trade euro, pound, everything. Are these the accounts the same from yesterday? Yes, these are the same accounts from yesterday. As you can see, they are sitting at 51k now at this point, and the NQ trade from yesterday paid really well, guys. Especially the scale in paid really nicely. Right here was the initial position, and we had the scale in just here with a 10-point stop loss, the same size, 4 contracts on each account, and yeah, was just a very nice push to the upside after a little bit of a range at the previous day high. But remember, guys, look, if we are ranging at previous highs, it's always a, like, let's say 90% of the time it's a good indication for price to go even higher. If you range at previous lows, mostly it's an indication to go even lower. Okay, because look, we are bullish, right, on gold. We took the previous day low. Did we range? No, we just shoot up again into the range. But if we would have ranged here, then most likely price would go down even lower. Does that make sense? XAU Trader, you made a nice comeback. Wow, congrats, brothers. Yes, was a really nice comeback. As I said, if you can stack on your winners, you will become profitable at the end of the day. You just have to stack to your winners and also just let them run. Because we talked about the NASDAQ making a daily manipulation candle. We talked about this on the stream, that it will break all of these highs in here as well. So everything was pretty much forecasted on the stream yesterday. And as you can see, it opened up and is pushing now for 170 points on the day, and NYSE didn't even start yet. So yeah, and with that in mind, we just held the position, scaled into it, and then trailed the stop loss. Come Gems, let's push, like and share. Thank you, Said, thank you. Mehdi, did we take this trade live on stream? Yes, we took that live on stream yesterday. You can go back and watch that. Let me see, it was at 10 a.m. yes, first 5 minutes of 10 a.m. then we got in, and the scale in was around 10:15 a.m. I think it was 10:13. Yeah, 10:13, something like that. Thanks for explanation. Yes, you are welcome. You're welcome, welcome. I stopped watching after the first loss. So you got, yeah, no problem. Brothers, push like button for Funded Brothers. Thank you. Yes, we're explaining everything basically for free here. I don't get the answer. Okay, that I got that already. Sometimes get out of the live only to check my meta 5 because I only have one handphone to watch while trading. Okay. Yeah. That's unlucky. Just checked, Kadir said we are targeting ATHs on NQ and we are there now. Crazy. Yes, exactly. Exactly. So 50 viewers, guys. So halfway through to the giveaway. Push the stream, like and subscribe and share. So the 1 hour took out the 1 hour high already. Okay, at this point I can tell you guys that we have to see some really solid confirmations now to get into this asset here. When will you teach us those scale in trades? The second entry with the tight stop is on a different level. Yes, Kadir has to teach that because he is the scaling master in here. So whenever he wants to give you guys a secret,
be patient, guys. It will come.
Yeah, he says be patient, it will come. Maybe if you like, he will explain it. I don't know, but that could be a good reason. So hit the like button and let's see what gold is doing. So as you see, we take out the low, pushing down now. And since the 1 hour didn't have a bottom wick on the futures, I think it didn't have, yeah, also not on CFD. So most likely we'll build a 1 hour bottom wick in here. Let's see the 4 hour. Oh, with the previous 4 hour was a really nice manipulation candle as well. So yeah, we just have to wait for the setup, guys. It's pretty simple. We just have to be patient and wait for the setup to form itself. And once the setup is formed, we can get into an easy position, because the evals are now sitting at 51k, so 1.5k is missing. So this pretty much means we could eventually pass in 2 days now, because we have a 1k cap because of the consistency. So if we make a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow on NFP, I don't even know if there's gonna be NFP with all those shutdowns, but we'll see. Yeah. Don't forget to upload your new video about futures, boss. No, don't worry, we will not forget that. It's being edited right now by the editor. Hamza, what do you think about trading options? I think options are also a great asset and a really great market. It just needs different skills. But I mean, price action is the same, so it doesn't really matter. So if you have a strategy, you just have to see, okay, how can I implement the strategy with a little bit of a few changes to get the most out of it when you're trading, for example, futures, or when you're trading options. That's it. Hi bro, will the US shutdown impact gold today or NFP tomorrow? I mean, as you can see, it is impacting it. I mean, look at this huge push all the way from here to here. This is already like 3,000 pips in a few days. Just joining, holding my gold trade from yesterday. Hopefully it's a buy. Raj says, I saw you in E8 ad, Hamza. You still working with them? Good prop. First of all, the ad, it was basically not paid whatever. They just asked me really kindly if I can make a well, what do you call it, like a testimonial. And back then they were really nice, and that's why I did that. But after I stopped working with them, I told them to delete the video, and they deleted that. But they started futures as well, so I didn't check their models yet, but they were really straightforward, so nothing bad I could say about them. But yeah, on CFD the spreads were just too much, slippage was too much, so it didn't make sense to trade on the CFDs anymore, especially on E8, because like 3 pips, etc. Yes, exactly, Cappy. It's like a testimonial video, but they use it as an ad, you know. I think it even got like 5 to 6 million views or something. So pretty much a lot of people probably know my face but don't really know who I am, because they cut out the Funded Brothers part. That was also really annoying, because I said like, I'm Hamza from the Funded Brothers, and then they cut out the Funded Brothers part, you know. That wasn't really that great of them, but obviously they don't want to push me with their money. I can understand that as well, but I mean, I did that for free, so yeah, whatever guys, it's a different industry here. Today I will watch until the end because I don't want to miss those monster trades. Exactly, guys. So after NYSE and especially London close, so 10 a.m, the most easy moves happen at that time. Anto says, okay, thank you. Yes, it's a gold buy. Nice. Yeah, just trail your stop. For example, look. Who is that? Her story. Look, I don't know where you are, like in from yesterday. Maybe from here somewhere. If your stop loss is here, for example, trail it to here. You know, below the 4-hour MC. Because a 4-hour MC can give you a nice extension. And then we are pretty much almost at 4K flat. Almost. $48 likes, guys. We have to bump up those likes. We have to bump up those likes in here. Let's get those likes up. So we were at 60 at some point, at 60 viewers. So we are very close. Let's do yeah, 5 is enough. I wanted to give away a little bit more, but 5 is enough for now. Let's do 100, and then for the next streams we can bump up the likes or the giveaway accounts a little bit maybe. Okay, gold is building up again. Let's check the volume. Yeah, not crazy. It's okay. but no serious volume. But we ranged here a lot, as you can see. Also a lot of volume got transacted in here, and because of that, the value area high went from here now. It was here at some point and is now here. So maybe if we can get a retest to this area, that would be great as well. Because look guys, so why is volume important, or how can you use volume to your favor? So for example, with our model, it is very easy to get trades before market goes. Okay, so it is very easy. For example, let's get me a brush. Where is the brush? Here. So let me draw this. Let me see if you guys will see that. Yeah, perfect area. So it is very easy to get in right here. Okay, to target this. But what are we seeing? We are seeing the Asia London sessions already pushing. Okay, so they already accumulated, manipulated, and then went, look, accumulation, manipulation, and then distribution, another accumulation, two manipulations, one here, two here, so two on both sides, and then another distribution. And now we as scalpers, we as day traders, we have to identify how we can get into this move. So because we have the bias, it is still bullish. We still didn't take out the previous day's high. Look, previous day high is sitting up here. So we still have potential to go up. Okay, and with volume, you can basically see, okay, where can I see a retracement go up again? You know what I mean? So because sometimes the momentum of the buyers is so high that it won't retrace to a really nice FVG or a daily open or midnight or session low, whatever. Maybe you get a retest of a session high and then you go, or you get a retest of value area highs and then you go. Okay, so that's basically how we are using the volume with our strategy. Okay, so, and this is really important, guys. So sometimes what you will see is your strategy works really well, everything goes great, and then just like this, volume shifts. The asset you were trading is now moving in a different session, so you have to adapt now. Either you're gonna change the session you were trading and switch to the other session, but most of the time that's really difficult, especially for part-time traders. But what you simply can do is you just adapt to the market and see how you can still get high probability continuation trades. And I mean, I'm not exaggerating, guys, but with continuation trades, this guy behind me is one of the best I know in the game. And that's why he was able to take that scale in on the 1 minutes yesterday. Okay, and you guys have the advantage of having us both at one place at the same time. So 2 more minutes for NYSE at this point. Time is going by really fast. You guys made me talk so much. I didn't even realize how time is passing in here. So let's check the NASDAQ, what it's doing right before New York. Look, this is a really common thing. You will see a lot of volume being executed right before NYSE open, okay? And for example, right here, where you would assume a lot of volume is being executed, you have a low volume node. So right here, for example, price didn't really do anything. So it's most likely gonna come into here first. And also, if you look here, we have another low volume node. Okay. And this one is just too accurate. I put that up from the previous day, but I can show you that as well after we take a trade and stuff, you know. So now let's focus, because it's NYSE now. Look how price exactly came down as it was up here, just because it didn't really transact in here. Okay, and that's how you can use the volume profile to your advantage, so you don't get FOMO'd up here. You don't FOMO into a buy up here, because you know, okay, we have still so much volume or areas that have low volume nodes. So you're thinking like, okay, probably there are sitting some buyers interested in buying this and sellers interested in selling this until here, or from here to here. Okay, and that's why you can prevent yourself from taking unnecessary setups. We're getting the alert for the MC. We saw it already right here, the 5-minute manipulation candle already giving a move to the downside. Nothing crazy, 20 points. We'll see how price reacts from this volume node in here, and also from this bigger one right here. And then the FVGs make sense, guys. Look, otherwise the FVG doesn't make any sense, because it says fair value gap, but where is the fair value? Okay, and in the past we did not really explain all of these things, just because of the simple fact our audience was already new to our whole model. You know, no one knew about the MC or the manipulation model, whatever. So we always go step by step. There are also some things we didn't share now as well. So this wasn't the last thing, and then it's like, yes, we shared everything now. No, it's always step by step, step by step. Let's go down to the lower time frames in here. Let's see what's gonna happen. Look, the volume was here at some point. Can you see how we transacted right in this area and then pushed down? Also here, transacting right here now, but let me pull this in here, so if we come down into here we can see that as well. So gold pushed up, took the previous day high, unfortunately didn't give us any kind of entry, only the retest. Yeah, only on the 2 minutes with this MC. But this value area high was not there at that point. It was here somewhere. Yeah, that was the missing criteria. But if you don't get something on gold, we'll still have NQ, ES, YM. So we just have to wait a little bit for price to accumulate some orders and see where we can go. My bias for NQ is long. Yeah, that's really good. Jerry Hernandez, good morning. Hello. Raw, come on, little lions. Let's push like and share. Let's push the algorithm. Yes, let's push the algorithm, guys. 100 viewers. Let's let me put this in here as well. 100 viewers. 5 Apex accounts giveaway. Up to 300k, guys. You can choose the account size. Take a look on US 30 balls. Let me see. Wow. Really nice. Let's see if we have some range here. Yeah. We'll wait a little bit with the NYSE MCs. We'll wait a little bit with the NYSE MCs. It can work out. As you remember, we took a lot of buys like this. But lately, especially the NASDAQ is wicking out the NYSE MCs. That's why I want to wait just a little bit. Yeah, all-time high is here. Let's see how many points. 122 points. Yeah. Sen geç istiyorsan. Ama belki
bekleyelim. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, because me and Hamza, we talked yesterday. So, put this here. So me and Hamza, we talked yesterday, and the manipulation candles at the open started to get trapped a lot lately. So we'll try to avoid them. Although this is looking quite good, I must say. We will try to avoid them, and we have also some, yeah, and a strong area here. So yeah, I think we can wait at least like for another 5 minutes, and if it goes, it goes, you know. That's we will find a re-entry anyways, because you always have to journal your losses, and that's what our journal tells us, you know, that the trades at the open are the win rate decreased a lot, so it just makes sense to manage our risk, even if it goes, like I said. It's fine, you know, even if it actually like pumps up, I don't know, whatever. We will not FOMO into that. And also the stop loss is quite big, I must say, like the risk reward to the all-time high is barely 1.5. yeah, like if you get in here, and you have your stop loss here, you have a 1 point, yeah, actually almost 1 to 2, but like I said, it's it is tricky. It is very tricky. This one looks quite strong, not gonna lie. Exactly, it took all the lows, but the PDH is already is right here. It's not taken yet. But yeah, yesterday it also looked very strong. The day before it looked also very strong. For me personally, it is just not worth it. So we will stay away from this, because I know that we can get much easier trades with much better risk to reward and way less risk. You know, I don't want to risk now 150 points to get barely like a 1-to-1 just before the all-time highs. Doesn't really make that much sense to me. We can wait for NQ. I love the pullback right now that is happening on NQ. If we can retest this area, which is the previous all-time high, I would gladly take some longs on NQ. And let's not forget about gold. Hopefully we get a... Oh, wow. I was just about to say, hopefully we get a pullback on gold. Very, very nice drop. We swept the all-time high here. Swept the all-time high. And we are dropping. We are dropping heavily. And I love to see that, to be honest. If we come down in these areas and form up something, we can also get a long on gold. So that is very, very nice. At this point, it's just a waiting game, to be honest. We just have to wait, guys. Be patient, you know. You just have to be patient, wait, and get a really, really nice trade, an easy trade, you know. We only need 3% more for these evals to pass them in here. So I think if we are a little bit patient, we can pass these accounts, and then we will add 300k in funding with funding ticks, and it will be all live on stream. Because remember, guys, even yesterday we were in some heavy drawdown, and I think we had like 800 or 900 left, so like less than 2% left on the account, but we made a major comeback and added like 4% with one trade. Thanks to that scaling really played out well. But to be honest, even when I entered the trade, I told you guys, even if we don't get a scaling, we will just hold that trade. And if we would have also just held that trade without the scaling, it would have been also fine. Some really nice profit regardless. So yeah, very nice. And I want a candle like this. Look, if you see this candle has like an 80% win rate, I would say. Out of my experience, I know that thing pays 8 times out of 10. So whenever we see a candle like that, we will execute. And also look at volume. And yeah, we just have to be patient. We have to be patient. I'm only interested to take action if retrace 2/3 of the 5-minute MC. Nice. Alhay Alchin, check gold. Yeah, gold dropped massively, but there is no entry for me there, brother. The only entry that you would have is maybe the sweep of the value high there. But very risky trade there. Very risky. You want to get the easy trades in here. Gold melting, yes, let's get a good trade, guys. Exactly, let's get the easy trade, let's get the good trade here. Oh my god, I don't take part for gold cent. Yes, big thanks again. Hamza is telling me that it was a good decision here on YM. Now look at that. So maybe it still goes, you know, but look how important journaling is, you know, because for the past, I think for the past month, I would say, and people who are trading YM and QES, they probably also realize that the open is not giving the quick moves anymore. So the continuation moves, you know, like back in the days, this kind of a candle on YM would give you like a 100-point move in one shot, you know. So there is something wrong, and that's why journaling is so important, because we only didn't take that trade because we journaled the last month. And even yesterday we had a deep talk with Hamza, you know. Hamza coached me a little bit, went through my trades and told me, bro, you gotta stop taking those trades at the open. And I said, oh wow, look, didn't know that, brother. Thanks a lot. I'm really blessed to have a big brother like him, you know. He's big brothering me here, and yeah. How closely do the micro futures follow the base commodity for gold? I think it's pretty close. It's only like minor differences. For example, right here we just tapped the PDH, so the all-time high just got swept tiny bit. But if you look at the spot here, we went 10 pips higher. So yeah, slightly different. Usually futures goes up less, goes up a little bit less than the spot. Are you full-time traders, bro? What's your job before trading? Yes, we are full-time traders. Hamza had his own business. Of course, he had also he worked also a job. He worked in the university on a big project actually for the EU, the European Union. But then he said, "Screw that. I want to make the big bucks in here with trading." And yeah, many people would be glad to have a job like that, but Hamza said, "No, I want more than that." So yeah. Want to take buy on gold, but needs confirmation of M5 closure. Yes, that's confirmation is very key because, bro, look at this volume here. Yeah, so we dropped 170 points literally in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So if you take a long here without a confirmation, I think this move will probably destroy your account. So be careful right there. Don't FOMO into any trades. And yeah, just be patient, guys. You know, you can't do anything wrong by being patient. NQ just dropped like 100 points. Exactly. So, and look at that thing, bro. If you would have taken that 5-minute manipulation candle, risking 10 points, getting 128 points, 12 hour on the manipulation candle. Heavy, crazy stuff in here. I think we could.
It's really a good pullback for a big boys to enter in before.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe. It's a very nice pullback. Pullback that we want. Should I leave these things here?
No, you can delete them already.
They got all filled. Hamza did some.
Right there, where market is right now.
We got a confirmation on gold. We got a confirmation on gold. Oh, something is going on in here on gold. I got an alert here on gold. Not sure. Oh yeah, it's the 15-minute. No, it's MGC. It's the 15-minute manipulation candle on gold.
Yeah, NQ is building up 3-minute manipulation candles. You can get ready 1.5 minutes.
NQ is giving the long. Question is, do we want to get in on that heavy bearish volume here?
I'm checking everything.
28, so 30 points. Get ready for the longs in here. We might give it a small shot. 30 points. Ja, nicht zu viel Risk. Stop loss at so 12. Wow. Yeah, I am getting ready in here for the long.
It doesn't make sense to enter huge risk before anything, and also if the eval we can't make too much.
Tam 300 mü bro? Emin misin?
Yani 30 puansa evet. Büyüyse değil.
Getting ready here for the long. Yeah. Kaç? 15 miydi? I'm in this long right here.
Put it green then.
We are in the longs. Let's see if we can get a quick correction in here.
Yeah. Small risk around $300. Yeah, pretty much 320.
Gonna put my TP as well. I think around this area for now. Let's see. We're testing the waters here. Small risk. First trade of the day. Let's test the waters in here. Much better risk reward than the YM trade, so it makes a lot of sense to take this position. ES holding way stronger than NQ. Wow, look at that. Stop loss got filled around 330 loss. It's a good decision to go in with less risk on this one. ES is still holding. Yeah, very interesting because ES is ES is holding much better. 5 minute. Yeah, that's why I said we will go in with less risk, because I know from experience that these kind of candles can get trapped very fast, because we have such a big drop. It's the first reaction and there is big bearish momentum. So that's why we went in with very low risk, $300, nothing. So we warmed up a little bit in here. So no problem at all. If you risk too much, that's on you. I said that I will go in low. So we went in with half risk basically. And that's completely fine. Why I'm still holding. What happened with gold? Let's check. Yeah, gold. Oh, wow. Look at that. Gold dropped heavy, bro. Gold dropped heavily. Yeah, we may get an ugly drop on gold, to be honest. I think a long squeeze makes sense. People are over leveraging the longs like crazy. But I want to see if we can get maybe another entry on NQ. It looks like the bearish momentum is very strong. If you look at the 5-minute candle closure, I don't think that we will go up easily in here. But we will be patient and just wait. But the volume here, look at the 1 minute. This looks very aggressive. This looks very aggressive to go down. Daily flipped completely. We are at the daily low. So actually ideal areas to buy. But the session, the intraday trend for now is very bearish. So we want to be very careful now. We had one small loss, which is fine. We managed our risk. Got in only half risk. So ideally we get a re-entry. And yeah, can recover from that. So 2.5 minutes on this 5 minute. I would not like to see this 5 minute now push up much, to be honest. I would rather start to see like a range. We don't have any news. So if we are going to go up, I would like to get that move with the next 1 hour candle. So if the next 1 hour candle can give me a push down, maybe we can get that push to the upside. So that will be very, very lovely. Because that's something that can most likely happen. Couldn't use the spot to predict the movement on the futures for gold. I have no idea what you mean. Don't go lower, please, to gold. It's my first trade on NY session. TP. Almost got stop loss. Yeah. Too much volatility? Yeah. Volatility is very, very high. Look at that push right here. Again, at 2 minutes, but I really don't want to get in before the hourly close now again, you know. I really want to avoid that, to be honest. So, yeah. Brother, gold dropping heavily for the demand area on liquidity. Yeah, we have to wait for gold to form up something, you know, to make it worth it to get into a trade here. Yeah, look at that on NQ, giving the long signal on the 2 minute here. Stop loss 40 points. But like I said, I don't want to get in now before the hourly close. I want to see that we hold this area strong and then ideally get in with the new hourly candle. But let's see if this would play out. Curious to see that, because looks like the bearish momentum started to slow down a little bit. Yeah, having that as a context, I may give this a shot, to be honest. I just checked the ES. Oh, maybe we can just get into ES, bro. Why worry about this, you know? If ES gives us a 5, it doesn't give it, yeah. Didn't give the 5 minute FC, but it would have given like a strong closure. Let's just get in on ES. It looks much better also. It's a long on the 2 minute as well. Yeah, because the momentum on NQ is very strong, the bearish momentum, compared to ES, and I really have to go for a second like crazy. I really have to. Yeah. I think there's not much going on. I will go and come really quick in a minute. Yeah.
I am ready to go long on NQ for my next trade. Need MSS on M3 time frame as confirmation before entering it. Yeah, I mean, as I said, guys, look, all these areas got pretty much filled already, and we have some in here as well. Okay, so price is about to come into those areas, which is also below the daily low, so today's low, which can also be interesting. And why did we enter before? Just because of the fact it still has a probability to go, okay? And risking just like almost like half of initial risk is totally fine for those kind of trades. And this is the price you have to pay to find out if you are right or wrong. It's very simple and straightforward. Please, when taking a trade, type it in the comment. It will help a lot. Bro, we cannot type it in the comments. Trust me, our trading is way more important than typing that into the comments. We are already saying that we are coming in, that you see it from the indicator as well, that it's long. We do everything in our hands that we tell you guys that we are about to enter. I cannot type it in a comment again. That's not gonna happen. Yes, boss, I only risk half of my common risk. Yes, perfect. Perfect. That's really good. So let's see if we build up something from here.
So let's see guys. Let me check ES. Oh, wow, ES dropped way more now. Yeah, it looks like we will probably get some manipulation at these lows again before we continue higher. The 2-minute entry is still in play. That would have been a crazy entry if we would have gotten in on that pullback there on the retest.
Yeah, wow, the 1 minute almost became an MC, but
Wow, look at that. 1 hour now closing last minute. Yeah, if the 3-minute, yeah, it can. True. True. We go in with the same lots, I think. 40. But the range is now bigger, so I'm about to get in a long if we get the long signal on the indicator. If it says long, I will get in. New hourly candle. Come on. Perfect. Got in the long here. My entry is right here for the longs. And we'll see what we can target here. Approximately around that area. Let's see how deep the bottom wick of the new hourly candle goes. Also, let's check ES real quick. Okay, ES is looking like a mess. YM also, yeah.
retest of previous days high.
Let's see, looks like a really nice retest. The 1 hour candle now flipping. Quite low risk still, right? Yeah.
354 or something.
Yeah, very low risk on this trade again.
40 points.
Very low.
$400 risk.
Very low risk again on this trade. But this one has now much higher probability. Why? Because we have now a range. That's why I didn't want to take this that much, to be honest, but sometimes it just goes, you never know. So now we range like for 20 minutes almost in this area. And we also have the new 1 hour that can give us at least a retest up in this area. We also look at the 15-minute. We have a pin bar. So I think makes a lot of sense. This trade, let's check gold. Yeah, gold is ranging. Potentially also can give a 5-minute MC here. But maybe longs will not be that great on gold today. Or in general, let's see. Let's see which asset will break the bearish momentum first. If we trap this now again, then I think we will probably drop heavily. Yeah. Let's see. Well, let me check OBS and pull up the chat here. Yeah, like this maybe. Yeah, I think this is fine. Short XAU targeting 38.64. Nice. I took long on NQ now. Amazing. We're also in a long. Who's asking for the trade to be typed in the comment? That dude is lazy. Don't type, Hamza. Yeah. Long on NQ. Yeah, I mean, we're giving away already a lot, like, for free, guys. I mean, you have to pay attention. I have the long signal on the chart. I have the long position on the chart. What else can we do? I cannot type in the chat, go long now. You have to pay me some good amount to do that, to be honest, because I have to trade on my own accounts as well. I have to be focused. So there's no time to play here. So yeah. Is that NQ? Yes, I put SL 30 pips on for 24. Yeah, your price is different. I think you're not trading futures. So much value in this session. Thank you, brothers. Amazing time. Yeah, you're welcome, brother. And once we start to breaking these highs and we have closures around this area, we can look if we can manage our risk in here. Because now we have the flip. So the last minute, this 5-minute candle managed to push up, which is very, very nice, because now we have 3 bullish candles. And now, since we have 3 bullish candles in this area with a huge wick, now you would expect the next candle to do a move like this. Nothing crazy, only 50 points. It's pretty much nothing for NQ. So let's see, we are in quite with low risk, I would say. But let's see, maybe we get like new all-time highs and we can trail the stop loss and hold this trade for a little bit longer. Learning a lot of value every session that I attend, Anto. Yeah, that's amazing, brother. I'm glad to hear that. Very, very happy to hear that. We try our best, you know. And this is real trading, guys. This is no gambling, no nonsense with jumping in heavy over leverage with a big stop loss and trying to get like 10 points. I mean, I'm already up 20 points. But we are not hyper scalping here, you know. We are taking trades that you guys actually also can take, you know. And the lights are green now because we are in some longs. So that is also something very nice now for the stream. When we get into shorts, we will have the red light. And when we are in longs, we will get the green light. So yeah, the chair is making me crazy here. Every single time the same issue. But now let's see how far this thing can push. So we are getting a retest on the midnight here, and I will check the lower time frames, because maybe, just maybe, we get a scaling potentially. You know, if you start to hold up this area and maybe we get some confirmations on the lower time frames, we can maybe get into another position here, or manage our risk, put the stop loss break even or something like that. It doesn't have to be always that we get into another position, but maybe we can manage our risk. That would be also very, very nice. Let me check ES. Yeah, so NQ is holding much better than ES, which is very, very nice. But ES doesn't look that great, to be honest. So we need ES also to push up nicely here so we can get that move to the upside. But it seems like we got the right asset. And if you look at the lower time frames here, what I see on the 1 minute, we had a push down, up, and then a move down again, up again, retest, and then finally a breakout here. So we have a breakout, a structure break. Actually, you even have a retest right here. So this pattern here, yeah, black, yeah, yeah, I don't know which color should I take here. While I'm doing this, price is pushing tiny bit here. Maybe pink or something. Yeah, anyways, I'll keep it at orange, but you guys get the idea. You guys are understand what I mean. Or maybe we do this. Yeah. So you guys get the idea. The structure looks very, very nice, to be honest. And that's why I think that if we start to get in the volume candles, which we don't have right now, this 5 minute has a very small body. We have very long wicks with very small bodies. But if we start to get the momentum candles with big bodies and a good push, you know, then we can start to rail the stop loss and manage our risk. But how can we trade? We have to push a little bit to trade. Yeah, ES is dropping heavily, but it's very, very nice that NQ is holding up this strong, because if ES starts to push, NQ will probably start flying in here. So let's see. My trade is +1 R now on NQ. Needs another 50 pips to get 2.5 R. Amazing. What's your entry and stop loss? It's right on the chart, brother. My entry is 25,058. My stop loss is actually lower. I just realized that now. Let me pull it up. So this is the right stop loss. My stop loss is 25,019. Yeah. So 5 minute candle closed as a doji. So this is very bad, to be honest. We need some good bodies in here finally, you know. Otherwise I will cut this trade, because ES is dropping, taking out the lows. And if this is the top wick of the hourly candle, I will be forced to cut this trade short. So I have to be focused now. Let's see if we respect this gap here. Minute closed very, very strong. So we want to see an aggressive push from here now to the upside. If it doesn't do that, most likely this will continue dropping. And I am ready to manage my risk here. Yeah, and we avoided the loss on YM just based on our journal. YM just hit the stop loss, which is very, very nice. Goes to show that goes to show how important journaling is. Doesn't matter how far ahead you are in your journey. Never ever be too too proud or something to journal. You always have to continue journaling. So right here now, I need a continuation to the upside. We need a nice push now. We have 2 minutes for the 15-minute candle to close. Last minutes of the 15 is always when the moves happen. So if we want to push to the upside, it will be now. You know, if we want to get a push in here, it will be now. If we are not gonna get it, then we will have to manage our risk and cut the straight short. And very, very good decision for this session to start off with lower risk, and we can build up P&L first. This is something also very, very important. If you okay, let's pay attention now. I don't want to see this thing flip now and drop the 1 minute. That's the worst thing that can happen right now. We need a push now, last minute. If we don't get that, I will cut this thing. Because we are flipping also now on the... Yeah. Okay. Let's see, let's see. Yes, also at the daily open. Yeah, almost daily open. Yeah, 15-minute candle closed okay. 5-minute candle still very, very bad. Let me just flip the chart real quick. Yeah. So this will make me hold this position a little bit longer in here, but now this should have been the retest. If you look at it, we had a big gap here on the 1 minute. We retested it. Once again, we retest already here, and now again. And this should have been it now. So we want to see now a heavy push to the upside. Otherwise, we can cut this trade short, because then probably it will take some time till market moves, and the bearish momentum is just too strong still. Because the 15 is a doji. Because remember this, guys, especially with our strategy, if the market is going to move, usually the move will be an easy move. Because we get in when the manipulation is done, you know. So,
We get stopped out.
yeah. Like usually our trades go in profit very fast, and or we get stopped out very fast. So if the trade is taking like ages to develop, then I already know most likely I will get stopped out, so I can manage my risk and cut my losses short. Let's check the chat. Good crash. US 30 dropping so heavily. I think today is gonna be bearish market. Yeah, let's see. I mean, NQ is holding up pretty strong. We love to see real traders in this platform. I also love your mental resilience. Yeah, appreciate it, brother. Almost 6 years of watching the New York session live every day, and at that point you just have a feeling, you know, you just, your discretion is no discretion anymore at that point. Been moved my SL to break even on the lowest price of last 2 minutes. Yeah, amazing. Move it to break even, manage your risk. It's a little bit too tight for now. If we start breaking the highs, I will move my stop loss to break even as well. It's now on the market to do this thing. Yes, I'm waiting for the market to push a little bit higher so I can move my stop to break even, and the break even will be very, very lovely, because the break even will be the low of the current 15-minute candle, which will be very, very nice. But it won't be nice if you start flipping now. We started to reclaim the midnight open, and usually in a if you are looking for buys, you want to buy below or at the midnight open. So we bought at a very, very nice area. We just need now the push, you know. We just need the push now. So let's see. If you get a 1-minute manipulation candle from here, I will add slightly to this position. No, we didn't get it quite. Almost. Probably will still go up regardless. It will probably go up regardless. But I can't add to this position. But what I can do is I can move my stop loss to break even here. Unfortunately, I cannot add to this position because I didn't get a 1-minute manipulation candle there. So it's too risky for me. But I can move my stop loss to break even because it makes sense at this point. Why does it make sense, guys? Because we re-broke the highs. 15-minute candle also broke the highs. I don't want to see now a flip, you know, because the 1-hour candle will flip again. Look at that bearish momentum there. Very good decision. Okay. Very, very nice. Very good decision to not scale in there. Bit unlucky if we push up now, to be honest. But the candles look disgusting. The candles look very, 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 very disgusting. So I'm glad my break even got hit. I'm glad my break even got hit, to be honest, because I would not want to be in this position anymore with the way the candles closed. And look at that. The thing that I said on gold happened. We dropped heavily on gold. Wow. People, the people who FOMO'd into the gold buys, I feel very, very bad for you. But that's why you should never ever FOMO, you know. You should not FOMO. And YM got trapped completely, bro. What's that? Yeah, so I think on NQ, even if we want to continue to the upside, most likely we will get an additional confirmations to get in, you know. Market is choppy today for real, yeah. And on those days, it's very important that you manage your risk. It's very, very important to manage your risk. If we get a confirmation to re-enter into this position, I will do that. But for now, there is no confirmation for me to re-enter just yet. Yeah, almost stopped out. Yeah. Let's see. Because we entered this position and we held it for 20 minutes. And we got absolutely no movement at all. And very nice that we didn't add to that position. And that's where experience comes into play. You should never be greedy. And try to maximize your profits when the market is not giving you that momentum sign yet, you know. The bearish momentum was apparently too strong. Because this thing literally dropped 30 points very, very fast. Wow, look at that. The 2-minute long hit the TP. Okay, interesting. Kadir, bro, 1Q you do BE always when 1R and you don't NQ, just MNQ. I do the break even based on the market, you know. The thing with the 1R is we teach that to make it simple, because usually when you hit the 1R you're breaking structure, you know. Yeah, look at that. We're pushing again. Very interesting. ES is dropping, but ES hit the daily open now, and NQ is holding up very, very strong here. Might get a re-entry here, because we are reclaiming the highs. I'm waiting for the 5-minute candle to close. Maybe we can get a long signal here. But I don't like the fact that our entry will be now much, much higher. Very bad. I'm sure for my NQ trade now. Do you ever fight on your own, on your trades? What do you mean? Do you ever fight on your trades? Yeah, it looks like this thing is about to rip. What was the volume saying on that 1 minute? Nothing.
Midnight is basically the point of control of the day, so we are rejecting from there constantly. But right here we're rejecting as well. We verify it. We have the top range at this point.
Took out the high again. Based on the 5 minute, let me check something real quick in here.
US can easily drop a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know. It's nice M5 closure on NQ, yeah. I'm thinking of giving it another shot here on the pullback. Minute will also close strong. Yeah, let's risk it for the biscuit in here. I'm gonna give it another shot, because we are flipping the 5 here. Much like a worse entry here. But let's see, I'm gonna push for the 2R. And if the momentum is there, we will get that. Let's see. The 30-minute candle is gonna close. And if we start rejecting, we can manage our risk again, you know. So yeah, let me skip the 5 minute in here. So we are in the longs. Let me put this here. Reason also is because he has held up the daily open very, very strong and started to push now. And yeah, let's see. The 3-minute entry is still in play, by the way.
Yeah, and that's also the reasoning. Our initial entry is not invalidated. It's still valid. And
Yeah, regardless. And we are also about to form a bear trap here on the 3-minute. Maybe we can add a little bit with that. So I'm gonna keep the 3-minute here maybe. Reason I was managing my risk like that because I don't want to get chopped up in this market, you know. If you're not gonna get clean moves, I don't want to be in the market. Because that's the worst thing that you can do. Getting chopped up in a rangy market here. And again, we're not getting a momentum push, which I don't like at all. So we'll see how the next 30-minute candle will move. I was looking for a very strong closure, to be honest. We have 30 seconds to go. Let's see. Yeah. And also it's 10:30, so we're gonna close the stream soon. Very boring session, to be honest. A little bit in a loss here. Not much movement while we were here on the stream. So let's check. The new 30-minute candle now closed. Yeah, very bad closure, to be honest here. In total honesty. Very, very bad. Not what I was expecting. I was looking for a very strong closure. Maybe it still goes. Let me check the 10 minutes. Because this is not a trade that I want to get a quick scalp in. You know, I was planning to hold this trade all the way up to the highs. Yeah, let's see if we can get a good closure here. Otherwise, I will probably close this trade and call it a day here. Because we opened up with no bottom wick as well here on the 30-minute. And if we then start to do the bottom wick, I don't want to be involved. And I'm not seeing any momentum whatsoever. Maybe Hamza can check the volume, I'm not sure, but
yeah, we're rejecting the value cannot like close above 90. 90 is the value in the high. We would have to close above it.
yeah.
But
Look at that, we are flipping. I mean, that flip was very obvious, but I'm looking if we can reclaim it. I will give it a chance with by just waiting for the first 5-minute candle to close at least. And if we can get a good closure on the 5 minutes, I will keep on holding this trade. If not, yeah, I will just cut it and call it a day. Because most likely it will be a choppy day tomorrow, NFP. I'm not sure if there will be NFP even, but it's scheduled, right? Yeah. 2 minutes to go here.
yeah, very rangy session. Very range bound session.
Yeah, heavy range here today. Rise and thrive. This is NQ. Yes. I know it doesn't look like NQ because it's not moving at all, but it is NQ. Lately, this is the NQ that we have to deal with, unfortunately. Very slow, very low volume. Yeah. Gold dropped heavily. Literally with the NYC open. Gold dropped heavily here. Yeah. ES is so bearish. ES is re-breaking the lows. I mean, NQ is holding up very strong, but if ES continues like this, it will just hit the stop loss. So we have 1 minute to go. NQ is deadly today. Yeah, no movement here. It cannot move because ES is also dropping heavily. It's holding up still very, very strong compared to ES. But obviously, like, if ES is dropping like that, NQ will follow sooner or later, you know. So yeah. Yeah, 5-minute candle closes a manipulation candle on ES. Yeah, very tricky. We have 30 seconds for this 3-minute here. The 3-minute looks still good, to be honest. And the initial entry was based on the 3-minute as well.
So we have to close above the value line if we want to see momentum push.
I think momentum will be tough today. Maybe.
Around 90. So if we can see it like the candle close above 90.
And the problem is the entry is now very high, so it will be very, very tough to get a break even, you know. And gold is just doing some crazy action. 100 pips on an M5. Wow, look at that. Yeah, this is also flipping here.
Yeah, that's the pre-NFP day. Accumulation before NFP most likely.
Let's wait for this 3-minute or yeah, because I will close the stream regardless. In a couple minutes here, I just want to see if we can get some movement here before, so we have something to see here on the stream. But yeah, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'm gonna close the stream, guys. Thanks for joining. Very boring, slow session for today, but we'll see you guys tomorrow for NFP. So it seems like there will be NFP according to Forex Factory. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.